Mark joined by J.L. Hemingway as we see the Ballers kick it to the corner.
Oscar would say.
Appreciate all the college coaches that have joined us here today as we see the the back wall full of them throughout all 7 courts.
Yeah, this is as we talked about on our previous broadcast, an evaluation weekend as set by the NCAA Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. College coaches can come out and view these young ladies around the nation. We've got this tournament here at Sewanee Sports Academy, but we'll also be hosting Tipoff Classic Tennessee version this weekend. Marcus, you'll be joining me for that one on Saturday and Sunday. But you can see the back row with the college coaches, University of Florida, Ole Miss, Georgia, and a host of others, all taking in the action here between the Blazers and the Ballers.
Game here as we get started. Nice block shot there. Number 22 for the Ballers, and Amisha Williams. Holmes can't get the mid-range J to go. Comes the Blazers the other way. Short on the layup. Holmes will push it for the Ballers. Nice dime there. The finish by number 11, Keyshauna Johnson.
And a
number 20, Sydney Norris, checks into the game for the Lady Blazers. Second free throw is no good. Here's Jasmine Holmes, kicks it. Corner three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Following her shot there was Johnson. Unfortunately, the Blazers have taken it the other way. And it's going to be a traveling violation. Back over to the Ballers. Holmes doing a good job of getting others involved. They've had some good looks. Not falling just yet. That pull-up's just short. Loose ball, they go to the ground to get it. And it heads the Ballers' way.
Yeah, you gotta like the tempo of this game, at least early on. Back and forth, up and down. Teams are gonna try to play in transition. She sees a little crack in the defense, blows by with the left hand, finishes with the left hand at that. I'm starting to understand why there's so many coaches down there along that back wall. They've got a big interest in Jasmine Holmes and her abilities.
And something tells me she's just getting started. Plenty of game left, and an up and down one so far. Shot in and out. Still an impressive sequence there for Thornton. But Williams, not to be outdone, snatches that one after just recording a block as well. You see the splash from the outside by number 5. That three-pointer's missed by Davis of the Lady Blazers.
This is what we talked about, earlier in this matchup between Williams and Thornton. You saw that very explosive spin move there by Thornton, but then Williams was right there.
Compliment to both of them. Easy to recognize the resemblance there. So far, daughter representing mother in the program pretty well here, but we've got plenty of ball. 8-point advantage for the Ballers. That ball's lost out of bounds. Lost right back on the other end by the Blazers.
Good move there by Tiara Phillips. There, number 5. I like how she exploded, then hesitated, just couldn't control it to be able to finish.
Give me that, says Kobe Thornton. And she blocked that more like Kobe Simmons. To the game at hand, there's still an advantage for the Mississippi Ballers, 7 to be exact. They try to get it inside to Williams, but Thornton is able to thwart that effort. So the Blazers will have it. Thornton off on the jumper. Here's Holmes with the push. Gets it over to Williams. Williams has the block shot favor, return right back to her.
We've got essentially evaluation and training seminar for the officials. So on every court and every official getting sometimes almost immediate feedback on not only their mechanics and their technique, but good calls that they make, calls that they miss. So just quality all up and down here at Peach State Basketball Tip-Off Classic.
Most definitely, man. As we're approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half. With it being a 9-12 ball game with just a few minutes left here in the first half, you might assume that it hasn't been as fun of a game to watch as it has. I think a big part of that has been because, it hasn't been sloppy play. Seeing a lot of athleticism, speed, and quickness out there. And also, in the case of the matchup of Kobe Thornton and Williams, you're really just seeing two good players just kind of cancel each other out on certain sequences.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sometimes, good playing, good athleticism, as you say, can cancel each other out a little bit. But I've been impressed with the play of Jasmine Holmes, the point guard. I really like how she directs traffic, and a good jumper there by number 20 for the Mississippi Ballers. Another name and number we'll have to get at the intermission. But going back to Holmes, I like I said, she directs traffic using those, hand signs.
Sometimes those can be the best scenarios, man.
Yeah, plenty of run for everybody. That's for sure.
I think about, I'm sure you can find plenty of girls basketball examples, but I think about that Atlanta Express team that we had on SUV TV, the team with Tukey Brown, Darrell Moore,
Right.
MJ Walker, Trey Kalina, Daniel Purify. I mean, it's just, how do you meter out those minutes to everybody? I mean, they're loaded.
Very good point. Even FBC Mott, at the spring showdown and the preseason shootout, you're talking about 10 to 12 deep, and every kid that comes in can play. And so sometimes it's hard.
This is Davis, and we got a question here for the Blazers. They trail by 2. Gordon. Fouled there on that shot, number 20 for the Ballers.
Yeah, it's a tough foul there by the Blazers. The Ballers really didn't have any type of rhythm on that offensive possession at all. There was no ball reversal. They make the pass, they drive baseline exactly where you want her to go, and then you just bail her out with a foul. Got to be frustrated with that. That's what Coach Foster's talking about right now. Move your feet, take a charge in the chest.
Yeah. It's nothing like truly cutting that baseline off, or like you said, making it to a point to where they have to go through your chest to get there. Way too many times you see people assume that baseline is going to be a defender, and they reach or swipe and get called for the foul instead of just, like you said, moving the feet and really cutting it off. Williams tried to keep it
pack line defense, really sagging man-to-man defense. There's really no one way that is the right way to do it.
Yep.
But what is most important is that you know what you're doing and make sure that you execute. And more times than not, good things will happen when you do that.
Good things happening really for both teams. The Ballers had a good start. But since then, the Blazers have been able to weather the storm. They had tied the game. Now they only trail by 2 as it's been back and forth so far here in the first half. Here's Holmes. Going to draw the foul. Looks like it's going to go against Thornton. No, I believe instead they called that on number 11, Kadaria Parham. So that is going to send Jasmine Holmes to the free throw line out of Harrison Central High School in Gulfport, Mississippi. Silky free throw makes it a 3-point advantage. Gets the roll on the second. 20-16 ball game under the 1 minute mark here in the first half. Nice take by Tierra Phillips.
Liking what I'm seeing out of Phillips. Good strong frame right there.
All right, we're ready to start the second half of this one. The Mississippi Ballers come into it with a 2-point advantage over the Lady Blazers. Hemi, give us your best synopsis of the first half, why we saw it in with a 2-point advantage for the Ballers and some of the key dynamics you're looking into here in the second half.
Well, although your eyes might immediately be drawn to the 2 6'2", 6'3" post players, for either team, it's quite honestly been guard play at this point. You talk about Jasmine Holmes and a great rebound right there by Thornton, I should mention. Jasmine Holmes for the Mississippi Ballers, really setting up her teammates, with the drive. And now, speaking of drives and guard play, Davis and Phillips, for the Blazers have done just a fantastic job of really slicing up the Mississippi Ballers defense, getting into the heart of the lane and creating some offense for themselves. Pace of play has been kind of up and down, but interestingly enough, when it kind of slowed down, that's when we saw the Blazers able to take advantage of some mismatches on the perimeter and really take that double-digit lead that the Ballers had now to essentially a tie game.
At the free throw line now for the Ballers, number 10, Dwayna Kennedy. No good on the second free throw, still a 3-point advantage. Phillips over to Davis. Shot missed inside. Strong rebound by Williams. Gets it over to Holmes. quickly up the other end. That's going to be a foul against Holmes. And that will send number 14, Tanisha McCoy, to the free throw line. McCoy out of Early County High School. Checking back in for Mississippi Ballers, Deasia McInnes. Another Harrison Central High School representative here on this Mississippi Baller squad. (19-21), still a 2-point advantage for the Ballers.
It's been interesting. The Blazers played a lot of zone and really taking the space away from Holmes and Williams, you know, for the most part. Now Holmes has she's kind of picked and chose, you know, her spots, and she's been effective at it. But with that zone defense, Amisha Williams really hasn't had a lot of, you know, room to work. She's taken a lot of jumpers, and she seems to be comfortable in doing that. But you got to believe that Coach Holmes and the Mississippi Ballers would like to see a few more second chance opportunities, you know, for Williams. You know, as aggressive and as mobile as she is, there's got to be ways to get her involved in the offense, you know, other than just, you know, 15-foot jump shots. And coming into the gymnasium, we've already had Kayla Davis over there at the table. We actually got University of Tennessee freshman Mercedes Russell just walking in here. So big time lineup back behind the scores table. Can't miss her. All 6'5", 6'6" of her.
Yeah, PSB, man, you never know who might come through to be a part of the tournaments, man. You had Drea Carter and, you know, with Kayla here last week, and, you know, just always nice to see the revolving door as far as, you know, the same players in the EBA camps, the different tournaments coming back and giving back.
Without a doubt, it's really the place to be in a lot of ways. You know, the old meets the young, or the young meets the new meets the old, or however you want to say it. But the stars of tomorrow, you know, seeing the stars of today in many ways. Very fortunate to have, you know, just those caliber of players, you know, come back into the gym, you know, from time to time.
So we see Kobe Thornton off on that jumper, but she was right on the money with that block on the defensive end, the last possession for the Mississippi Ballers. That was just before Jasmine Holmes was able to hit the floater over her outstretched arm. So we're going to get a timeout called by the Blazers. 4-point advantage for the Mississippi Ballers.
Yeah, just so much basketball going on this weekend, Marcus. You know, we talked about it in our previous broadcast. You know, not only Tipoff Classic Georgia, but also Tipoff Classic Tennessee. Me and you will be up there broadcasting 8 games. Kyle Moore and Chris Hansen both out there in Virginia. They'll be covering the Boo Williams tournament for us out there. Check all of these recaps on ProspectsNation.com. ProspectsNation.com. Just over a year in its existence, but in my biased opinion, has certainly skied right to the forefront of high school girls recruiting news. I'm not sure that there's anybody reporting as much news as Team PN is these days.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the site kind of speaks for itself. So, I mean, you know, definitely encourage you guys to take a look. Obviously, you're watching this webcast. You're already on ProspectsNationTV, so be sure to take a look at some of the additional content provided by Coach Hemingway, Stephen Peck, Chris Hansen, Kyle Moore, Brandon Clay, as well as some of the video highlights and player evaluations done by Chris Watkins and Stephen Ely of Prospects Nation TV.
You're right, Marcus. Not only do we have coverage on, the elite players, in the nation, most recently Haley Gorecki, verbaling to Duke. Nafisha Collier, who we actually had on Prospects Nation TV down in Augusta. Nafisha Collier, currently the number 4 ranked player in the nation, actually gave her verbal commitment to UConn earlier this week. So you've got those type of, stories about, where kids are verbaling to, some of the more high-profile kids, if you will, or the more recruited type players. Those stories, that coverage is out there, the recruiting news, where kids are taking visits and such. And what I like about Prospects Nation, quite honestly, is it's not just about, all of the elite kids. And that was a finish there by number 5, Ariana Norwood, there out of Harrison Central High School. But also there's plenty of information on kids that you would normally not hear about. Certainly Division I players, kids that have the ability to play college basketball. The thing that Prospects Nation gives is really an outlet and a forum for players that may be under the radar, or by playing at Peach State basketball events, for their name to be in lights. And it's not just all about the top 5 players in the nation all of the time. Kids that go on to play college basketball, whether it's in the SEC or whether it's in the A-Sun, there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody.
You see Williams, a little bit of something, gets the steal, goes the other way and finishes. Really have liked her motor throughout this game. I think in certain instances, shot selection may not always be best, or, she may try to, take some jumpers that maybe coach would like her to think a little bit longer on, but from a motor standpoint, man, she's got great energy and runs the floor well.
I love it, Marcus. Couldn't agree more with you. Talk about a kid that's every bit of 6'3" inches tall, and you mentioned the word motor, and it's constantly running. She's contesting shots. She's always on the glass. She might play a little bit too upright, for a young kid, but certainly, after getting into a college program for a couple of years and get her to bend those knees a little bit more, she's got all of the physical tools, and she's certainly even got some of the skill tools that are going to be able to round out into a fine college basketball player.
Not to mention she's class of 2016, so still a couple years left in high school to continue to develop as well. That shot's off, fighting inside for the rebound. There's number 20, Tierra LaShore. Back into the game for the Ballers, number 11, Keshana Johnson. And also checking back in for the Lady Blazers, number 10, Shamaya Davis. And number 11, Kaderia Parham. Kobe Thornton working inside, rolls around but won't stay down for her. She continues to fight in the glass. Third time's a charm.
Boy, it's like she's on pogo sticks down there, Marcus.
Definitely, man. She's got those. I've seen the shoes with the little wheels at the bottom of them. She's got some springs in there. This is a 9-point ball game.
Yeah, it's one thing to be a good leaper. It's another thing to be a quick leaper. And that's what I like to see out of Thornton, is that she has a little bit of explosion. And not every kid has that. Some kids can jump, but it takes them a long time to kind of wind up and get there. Yeah. Thornton, very different. When the ball goes up, bam, she's there. We saw the spin move in the first half. We talked about Williams, tools as a prospect. Thornton's got tools too.
Yeah.
in some ways, you know, she's a more explosive athlete than Williams is. Williams might have an inch on her height-wise, but you talk about refinement, you talk about, you know, ways of becoming a better prospect, a year in the weight room, you know, a year, you know, in those individual workouts. And Thornton's going to be a fine college basketball player somewhere.
Yeah. Thornton out of Randolph Clay High School here in Georgia. A three-pointer missed by Parham. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Ballers, so it'll stay with the Lady Blazers. Thornton wants it inside. They get it to her. It's a little low. Liked a couple things there. I like Thornton's ability to kind of go down low and get that one, but also appreciated the awareness to know once she kind of had Williams' arms tied up in there, she immediately went up and attempted the shot. You know, I think that was good heads up on her part. How many times do you see some players that size pick it up that low and expose it to where it's either a jump ball or knocked out of their hands?
Crashing the weak side glass right here and then drawing the foul. Good instincts there by Thornton. I think the word there is instincts.
Yeah.
She does have incredible basketball instincts, you know, for sure. It's things that you can't teach a lot of times.
Her team still trails by 9. Plenty of time left. 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Can't knock down the first free throw. Uneventful trip to the free throw line there. Thornton, we'll see if Holmes and the Ballers can take advantage. The crossover and the kick. And it comes to plan there as Keishana Johnson knocks down the three-pointer off the assist by Holmes.
Jasmine Holmes reminds me of Bria Elmore from the Atlanta Celtics from last year. I don't know if you remember that name, that style of game. Now, Elmore, as you see Holmes get right to the rim, Elmore loved to score. And boy, she was probably a little bit better shooter than Holmes is. Holmes likes to pass and distribute a little bit more than what Elmore probably did. But you talk about kind of style of play, build. You know, there's a lot of similarities between the two kids.
Elmore committed to is Xavier.
That's right, and Jada Bird was Memphis, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Hard to mention one of those two without the other.
Yeah, I hate to get those two mixed up, but I think it was. I think we got that right. But Elmore was a kid, in my opinion, coming into the summer last year.
Hustle by Williams. She knocks it out of bounds. Lady Blazers looking to inbound. Nice job by Phillips. Tierra Phillips continues to press. Class of 2015.
About Phillips on the broadcast, you know, leading up to this.
Here's Williams. She'll lose it. Here comes Phillips and the Blazers. Phillips misses, and at that point it is erased out of the air by Williams. Johnson with it. Guarded by Parham. Parham with the nice defense.
That's not going to work. That's not going to work, young kid. Driving it into Kobe Thornton. That's going to have a quick return to Cinder Seal. And quite immediately on that.
Lightning quick. Ball inbounded to Williams.
Nice pass.
No kick.
Good touch. Nice 1-2 combination. Normally you would think that it would be Holmes throwing it into Williams. And now it's Williams throwing it into Holmes. But that wasn't an easy finish. Excuse me, Marcus, just a minute. The body control and the touch needed down there on the block. A lot of kids would end up missing that by Holmes, but you can just see just the feel, the savvy, the court savvy that Holmes has.
Couldn't agree more, and I think what you saw from Williams, number 22 here in the white jersey, Misha Williams, is something that you'd like to see more often. Get the ball, read the situation before you try to put it on the floor prematurely or jack up a jump shot. Adding that versatility as far as being able to have that kind of vision and make the pass that we saw her just make totally changes the complexion of her game and the role she's able to play for her team.
Good analysis, Marcus. I couldn't agree more, and it also shows the versatility in her game overall, and like we said, the tools, the tools in the toolbox that she has. She's not just a one-trick pony, so to speak. She's a kid that can do multiple things, and these days coaches like to pull their big men and their big players, out from away from the rim, with the horn set, or even going a little 5 out. And if you're a big player, you've got to be able to handle the ball, be able to make those type of passes, and Williams can definitely fill that bill.
Agreed. As Phillips says, man, Christmas in late April. That turnover was a gift wrap steal and a layup on the other end by Phillips. And I have a foul called there against the Blazers. 10-point advantage for the Ballers. Give me that, says Thornton. Might have even blocked the second one. Got a tie-up. Possession arrow says it's going to go over to the Lady Blazers. So the Blazers can cut the deficit to single digits here on this possession. Tough shot right there by Thornton.
I'm telling you, Marcus, she's got instincts. These are things that she doesn't have to think about what she's doing. She just catches it, does it, and it comes very naturally to her. And on the other end, Williams showing a little physicality that we haven't seen up until this point, and I like it.
Following up and getting that bucket there for the Ballers is Tierra LaShore. Agreed, very possession there inside for Williams, and love how Thornton responded to the contact. But you can tell it kind of took its toll. We didn't see the same rise on that last jump shot.
Yeah, I think she might have gotten hit in the eye or something like that. And home.
3 minutes on the dot left to play here in this game. 8-point advantage for the Ballers. The Blazers doing just enough to stay in it. We've seen them take the deficit from, right at double digits or just under. Haven't seen a tie ball game since it was 16-16 early on. Coach Foster getting some talks in with the officials, and you talked about
Foster from this game, and
got you. So I was wondering why. I know Coach is making the point, but why is he going all the way over there? But now I get it. It's on the way out.
Yeah, he's on his way out. Yeah, that's definitely what has happened.
He's building. He's going to be able to catch up on a couple.
Williams has got to get down there to be able to contest that layup. Both ends, quite honestly. And with Thornton, out of the game for the Blazers, somebody's got to be able to step up and take away that fast break layup.
Nice take by Phillips. Can't finish, though. Back into the game for the Mississippi Ballers, number 14, Deasia McInnes. Ballers have it. Up by 11, under 2 minutes left to play. Nice drive. Unfortunately, wouldn't stay down. There for the Blazers.
Oh, a little too unselfish right there.
Yeah.
Good drive, and she thought that it was going to be an opportunity to dump it off to her teammate with, I believe it was Williams that was right there. Williams guessed right and deflected that pass.
It's number 5. Ariana Norwood checks back into the game for the Mississippi Ballers. Norwood has to pull her arm back out of there. Along with the ball, gets it up top to Holmes. Holmes misses the layup, but works inside and pushes the lead to 13. Yeah, if I'm Coach Holmes Nelson here for this Mississippi Baller squad, and I've got a 8, 10, 12-point advantage with 2 minutes left in the game. I kind of got to feel like number 3 is a Mariano Rivera of sorts out there for me, to where if she's jogging in from the bullpen, it's almost safe to mark it as a save in the book.
There you go.
A 10-point game as we approach the final 34 seconds. Three on the way. It's too strong. Good hustle by Phillips. Phillips for 3. Just short.
Good opening game right here for both teams. Gets their feet wet, ready for bracket play tomorrow. As Williams knocks down that 3, she wants redemption. Marcus, she said, hey, I really can shoot this, Marcus.
Okay, I appreciate it. That was a good way to end the game. I'll increase my sample size over the course of the next few days. Thanks for joining us here on Prospects Nation TV. Marcus Burnett with JL Hemingway. We'll catch you back here throughout the weekend.